The big dogs rolled in week number 5, as Snider and Carroll had dominant wins over formidable opponents. Norwell gave up its second touchdown of the season and won by 52 points. Adams Central rolled to separate itself from South Adams, and Central Noble and Angola have won 2 straight and sit atop the NECC.
Kelly Automotive Group is proud to sponsor the Summit City Sports Top 10 Players of the Week.
Owen Wanner helped get South Adams back on track, throwing for 4 touchdowns, 2 going to Matt Steiner, 1 to Nathan Musselman, and the other to Isaac D. Wanner completed 14 of 25 passes for 236 yards in the 35-19 win over Monroe Central. The junior leads the ACAC with 1,046 yards passing on the season. After starting the season 0-3, Central Noble has won its last 2 games by a combined score of 62-0, and Brody Morgan is changing the culture for the Cougars. Morgan set a new school record, throwing for 296 yards, completing 15 of 19 passes with 2 touchdowns. He also ran 3 times, averaging 10.7 yards per carry with a score in the 42-0 win over Fremont. Carroll keeps getting stronger, and the combination of Michael Dierckman and Braden Steely come in at number 8. Dierckman had 3 interceptions and 3 tackles. Steely also had an interception, and on offense, carried the ball 7 times for 81 yards with 2 touchdowns. He also had a reception for 10 yards in the 31-0 win over Bishop Dwenger. Norwell is outscoring its opponents 40-3 on the season and has the number 1 rated scoring defense in the state. They also rank number 8 in average margin of victory at 37 points. Luke Graft again shined with 108 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns to go with 3 tackles and a sack in the 59-7 win over New Haven. With the score tied at 21 in the 4th quarter versus their conference rival East Noble, Kyler Decker finds Cam Zeislov deep for the 58-yard touchdown. Decker was very efficient, completing 7 of 9 passes for 112 yards in Leo's 28-21 win over the Knights. Seth Pruitt led a West Noble rushing attack that was too much for the Falcons to handle. The sophomore ran for 124 yards on 19 carries, averaging 6.5 yards per carry with 3 touchdowns. And the Chargers hand Fairfield its first loss of the season, 33-7. With Langston Level out with an injury, and the Panthers holding a 21-14 lead after 3 Luke Hoppert touchdown passes, Uriah Buchanan gashed the Spartans to the tune of 190 yards rushing on 16 attempts with 3 touchdowns.
Buchanan gonna bounce it outside. He could have 6 more as he hurdles a defender. Touchdown, Buchanan!
None bigger than this 80-yard jaunt to start the second half in Snider's 49-21 win over Homestead.
An 80-yard touchdown, Uriah Buchanan! Wow!
Good night, baby. Woo! Man, that's a big play.
Adams Central was on upset alert, LOL, but Trevor Currie wasn't having it. The junior caught 2 passes for 63 yards with 2 touchdowns. He scoops up the blocked punt and takes it to the house. He then does it again in the second quarter. As a kicker, he hit all 4 of his PATs in the 42-7 win at Heritage. Northside is looking like real deal Holyfield, and they're becoming a real problem in the SAC, and Jontae Lambert got it done versus a good Lures defense. The senior ran for 283 yards, averaging 10.1 yards per carry, with 3 touchdowns in the 42-16 win. He leads the SAC, averaging 7.9 yards per carry, and the Legends have played the hardest schedule of any conference team.
Trimble gives it right to him. Nelson, easy first down. gets to the outside, tries to cut it back in, scores. Nelson gets Wayne back out in front.
Not to be outdone, but are you serious with the performance of Lamarion Nelson this past Friday? Your Northeast Indiana Game Night Players of the Week go to the Generals offensive line. Kenyon Davis, Harrison Brooks, Ashton Berkey, Brian Rogers, and Peyton Alt were all blocking their tails off. Kalen Kelsaw, Caden Rochford, and Michael-Ian Ragsdale all contributed as Nelson ran for a game night record 427 yards on 30 carries, averaging 14.2 yards per carry with 7 touchdowns. It is believed that the single game rushing record throughout the country is 502 yards. Man, Wayne sure has put together some special moments this year.
Nelson, another big gain here, gets the first down and more. He's got open field in front of him. Lamarion Nelson, look at that man go. He is going all the way. Give that man another touchdown, Lamarion Nelson.
The Kelly Automotive Group would like to congratulate all the players that made this week's Summit City Sports Top 10 list. And good luck next week.
This week on Summit City Sports, Dwenger will be looking for some answers against Concordia. Lures has a bitter taste in its mouth traveling to Northrop. What does Nelson have in store this week with Wayne hosting Snider? South travels to the beautiful Gorsuch Athletic Complex to take on the Carroll Superchargers. And 2 of the best wide receivers in the area will be on display when Columbia City hosts New Haven. All games can be seen here on Summit City Sports.